Do you have an old quarter at home or in your wallet? Some quarters that look normal can be worth a lot more than 25 cents. In this video, we will talk about 3 rare quarters that many people want. They may have small details that make them special. Keep watching, you might have one of these coins and not even know it. First up, this video is for people who love coins or are just starting to learn about rare money. Today, we're going to look at the 1979 no mint mark Washington quarter. Some people say it's worth $9,000, but is that true? Let's find out the real story behind this coin, how much it's really worth, and why people talk about it so much. The 1979 Washington quarter is a coin that many of us have seen before. On the front side, it shows the face of George Washington. The back side has an eagle with its wings open. Like all quarters, the value written on it is 25 cents, or $1/4. In 1979, these coins were made in a few places. One of the places was the Philadelphia Mint. Quarters made in Philadelphia that year do not have a mint mark. A mint mark is a small letter on the coin that tells where it was made. Coins made in Denver have a D, and coins made in San Francisco have an S. But if you have a 1979 quarter with no letter under the date, that means it was made in Philadelphia. Now, here's where people start to get excited. Some websites and videos say that a 1979 no mint mark quarter is worth up to $9,000. That sounds amazing, right? Imagine finding one in your change and becoming rich. But the truth is a bit different. Most 1979 no mint mark quarters are very common. Millions of them were made. They are not rare, and you can still find them today in your pocket or coin jar. If you have one in used condition, like the ones we use every day, it's usually only worth about 25 cents to $1. That's not much more than its face value. If the coin is in really good shape, like it looks shiny and never used, it might be worth a little more. A coin in mint state, which means it looks brand new, could sell for $5 to $20 depending on how clean and sharp it looks. Some coins are graded by experts using a system. The best grades are called MS. That stands for mint state. The higher the number, the better the coin. For example, MS67 means the coin is in almost perfect condition. A 1979 quarter graded MS67 has sold for around $140 in the past. That's a nice price, but still far from $9,000. Now let's talk about the highest price ever paid for this coin. In 2022, a 1979 no mint mark quarter graded as MS68 was sold for $1,440 at an auction. That is a lot of money for a quarter. But remember, this coin was almost perfect and graded by a trusted company. Only a few coins like that exist. So why do people say it's worth $9,000? Sometimes, people think they have a rare coin just because it has no mint mark. But most 1979 quarters from Philadelphia do not have one. It's normal. Other times, websites or sellers might make it seem more valuable to get clicks or make a sale. Some even post coins for very high prices on auction sites, but that doesn't mean anyone actually paid that much. To really be worth thousands, a coin would have to have a big error, like being printed wrong, or be one of the best-looking coins ever made. Those kinds of coins are very rare and must be checked and graded by coin experts. If you think you have a rare 1979 quarter, the best thing to do is look at its condition. Is it shiny and like new? Does it have any mistakes or strange marks? If you're not sure, you can take it to a coin shop or send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. They can tell you if it's worth anything special. Most likely, your 1979 no mint mark quarter is worth between 25 cents and $1, or maybe a little more if it's very clean. But now you know the real story behind this coin and why people talk about it. It's always good to check your coins. Sometimes there are surprises, but not every coin with no mint mark is worth a fortune. Next up, let's take a look at the 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter. Some people say this coin can be worth $5,500. That's a lot of money for something that looks like a normal quarter. But is it true? Let's break it down and talk about the real value, the history, and what makes this coin interesting. The 1967 quarter is just like other Washington quarters. On the front, you'll see George Washington's face. On the back, you'll see an eagle with its wings spread out. The coin is made from a mix of copper and nickel. Just like all quarters, its face value is 25 cents or 25 cents. Now here's something important about this coin. If you look at a 1967 quarter, you'll notice it has no mint mark. That's not a mistake. From 1965 to 1967, the US Mint removed mint marks from all coins. So, whether the coin was made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, none of them have mint marks. That means every single 1967 quarter has no mint mark, and that's completely normal. So, why do people say this coin is worth $5,500? Well, that's where things get confusing. Some websites or videos say rare coins from this year are worth big money, but they don't always explain it clearly. The truth is that most 1,967 quarters are very common. In fact, more than 1.5 billion of them were made. That's a huge number. Because so many were made, they are not rare. If you have a 1967 quarter that has been used, or is in average condition, it's probably only worth 25 cents to maybe $1. Most of them sell for that amount. But what about coins in really good shape? If your coin looks brand new, with no scratches or wear, it might be in what collectors call mint state. A mint state 1967 quarter could be worth $5 to $25, depending on how nice it looks. That's more than face value, but still not thousands of dollars. Now, there are a few very special 1967 quarters that are worth more, but they are hard to find. For example, if a coin has a mint error, like it was stamped on the wrong kind of metal, or has a double image, then it could be worth a lot more money. These error coins are rare and must be looked at by experts. Some of these coins have sold for hundreds, and in very rare cases, thousands of dollars, but those are not regular coins, they are one-of-a-kind mistakes. The highest known price for a regular 1967 quarter in great condition is around $500 to $600 if it was graded very high, like MS-67 or MS-68. MS means mint state, and that number shows how perfect the coin is. Only a few coins get such high grades. And even then, the coin must be graded by trusted companies like PCGS or NGC. So, if someone says their 1967 quarter is worth $5,500, you should ask, is it a real error coin? Is it graded by a top company? Without those things, it's probably not worth that much. Most 1967 quarters are fun to collect, but they are not rare. Still, it's always good to check your coins. You never know when you might have a mistake coin that's worth more than you think. But for the average 1967 no mint mark quarter, you're looking at 25 cents to maybe a few dollars. Now you know the truth behind the 1967 quarter and why some people think it's super valuable. Most are not, but the story is still fun. Keep watching the video to learn about the next coin that might be hiding in your change. Now let's talk about the last coin in this video, the 1983 P Washington quarter. Some people say this coin is worth $5,000. That's a lot for a quarter, right? But let's look at the facts. We'll talk about where it was made, how many were made, and what makes it worth more than face value. The 1983 quarter shows George Washington on the front and an eagle on the back, just like other Washington quarters. The letter P above the date shows it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. That's what the P mint mark means. In 1983, the Philadelphia Mint made over 673 million of these quarters. That's a very large number. So, most 1983 P quarters are not rare at all. You can still find them today in your spare change, in coin jars, or at coin shops. If a coin is very common, it usually isn't worth more than face value. Most 1983 P quarters in used condition are only worth 25 cents to $1. If your coin has scratches, marks, or looks old, it's probably just worth a quarter. But some coins are in much better shape. A coin that was never used, and still looks fresh and shiny, is called mint state. Collectors use a system to grade coins in mint state. The higher the grade, the better the coin looks. These grades are called MS, which stands for mint state, followed by a number like 65, 66, or 67. A 1983 P quarter graded MS-65 or MS-66 might sell for around $30 to $100. If the coin is graded even higher, like MS-67, it could be worth a few $100s. But to get this kind of money, the coin must be in perfect condition and graded by a trusted company like PCGS or NGC. Now, let's talk about something different. Some 1983p quarters have mint errors. A mint error means the coin was made in a wrong or unusual way. One famous example is a 1983p quarter that was struck on a token by mistake. That coin sold for more than $15,000 at an auction. But coins like this are very rare and not easy to find. There's also a small type of error called the spitting eagle. It's a tiny raised line on the back of the coin, starting from the eagle's beak. It looks like a little line or crack. This kind of coin might sell for $20 to $50, or maybe a bit more if it's in nice shape. Another thing that makes 1983 quarters harder to find in good condition is this: the US Mint did not make mint sets in 1983. Mint sets are special packs of new coins sold to collectors. Since they didn't make those sets that year, it's harder to find 1983 quarters that were saved in clean and used condition. Because of this, collectors pay more for 1983 quarters that look brand new. That's one reason why high-grade 1983 quarters can be worth more than other years. So if you have a 1983p quarter, check it closely. Is it shiny? Does it have no marks or wear? Is there anything strange about it, like a doubled image or a wrong strike? If so, it might be worth sending to a grading company to find out. Most 1983p quarters are worth just 25 cents to $1. But if you find one with a real error or in top condition, it could be worth much more. Now you know what to look for, and why some people keep an eye out for this coin. So, most 1979, 1967, and 1983 Washington quarters are common and worth between 25 cents and a few dollars. But if a coin has a rare error or is in perfect mint condition, it can be worth hundreds or even thousands. Always check for mint marks, sharp details, and any strange marks. If you think your coin is special, get it graded by a trusted company. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy learning about coins and rare finds, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what coin you want to see next.